This is a short review of the designer dies made by Echo Park Paper Company. I recently got these dies from Scrapbooking Made Simple. They're a small mom and pop company out of California, and every year they have a big warehouse sale. I believe that's the sale that I bought these at. But I ordered them about 6 months ago because in my Etsy store I was getting a lot of requests from potential customers for large letter die cuts in various different types of paper and cardstock, and different colors and all that. But at the time, all I had was sort of the standard I think 1.5 or 1.25 inch letters, and a lot of people were wanting the larger size letters, for banners and various different kinds of home decor and craft things that they were doing, things like parties and things like that. And I missed out on a lot of potential sales because I didn't have those larger size letters. I didn't have the equipment to make them. But now finally I do. It took about 6 months for them to ship, but it was well worth it because I got a very good price. And as you can see over here, I cut out these letters. I'm starting to do some cutouts for Valentine's Day, since that's the closest holiday coming up, and I know that people will probably have parties. They might want to give large fancy cards and things like that. So I started cutting out the letters out of sparkly, I guess, glitter type paper. I don't know how well you can see the surface on this, but it's basically a type of cardstock. It's got a white backing to it. The back is white, but the front is a sparkly black. And I'm cutting out "I love you" with that, and we'll be selling that in my Etsy store. But so what I'm doing at this point is to finish up that sentiment. I'm taking out the dies, for the letters that I'm using. These are very well attached. Let me tell you that they have some sticky stuff on the back. It's a little bit of a pain because you have to use something to remove it, ultimately, to get all the sticky stuff off. Something like Goo Gone or something like that will work for that. But for now, I'm just sort of like rolling it off with my finger. And these are really great, nice, big, bold dies. And as you can see, when I roll this through my Big Shot die cutting machine, they cut through even fairly thick material like butter. It's very easy. You just sort of lay it down like this, and then you put one cutting pad underneath the paper, and then the dies face down on the paper. And let's see if I can find, yeah, here's the top cutting pad. And then you put the other cutting pad on top and roll it through, and you'll see that it cuts out the letters. That cracking is just the sound of the paper being cut. It's nothing breaking or damaging the machine or anything like that. And it's usually best, just to be on the safe side, to roll it back the other way, just to make sure everything is cut through. But as you can see, it cut right through the last two letters of my sentiment that I'm making, I and you. And so now I have the sentiment, I love you. So if somebody wanted to make a nice big, really kind of plush card for their significant other, they could use these letters. And these are, as you can see, they're very substantial, and they're nice and wide, so you could literally see this card from across the room if somebody made a large card, like maybe 8.5 by 11 or something of that sort. I think this actually is a little bigger than 8.5 by 11. Let's see if I have an 8.5 by 11 sheet. Let's see, here's one right here. Yes, actually it is just slightly bigger than that. So probably to make a card of this type, you would need paper this size, but double this size actually, and you just have to fold it in half. But I wanted to sort of test this out to see how well people can see what I'm doing for craft videos, because I don't have the best equipment. I don't actually have an external camera. I'm using my laptop built-in camera. Looks like these letters are pretty bold, so you can see those pretty well. But hopefully you were able to see what I was doing on my Big Shot die cutting machine. I just want to also highly recommend Scrapbooking Made Simple. If you do any sort of art or crafting, and it doesn't have to be card making and that kind of thing, but they have supplies for all kinds of really interesting stuff. Anything from marbling to flower making to painting. They have various types of colorants, paints, stains, things like Copic markers and all that. The woman who owns the company, Stacey, is very nice. She has a YouTube channel, I'll link that in the description if you want to check it out. But she does a class online every Saturday that she uploads to YouTube. And the thing I really like about her is that she doesn't really do a lot of editing, and actually she doesn't do any editing because she really doesn't know how to do that, but her videos come out just fine. And she's very real. She talks about her own life. She doesn't really try to sanitize things. And there are a lot of videos out there that are just strictly technical kind of crafting videos, but she talks about her life, what it's like to be a woman with a small business, things that come up that are mishaps that she has to deal with. She shares all that. She's very transparent, and she talks about things like things that inspire her, like people in her family, like her father, and what gave her the ideas for the kinds of products that she has custom made. She has some things manufactured specifically, exclusively for her line. And so she, you know, for a long time her shipping was extremely slow. That would have been my only drawback as far as ordering from her company. But now she's put some measures in place to improve that shipping time quite a bit. So now even for the special sales that she has, you know, she has it set up so that it ships much faster. You know, I think the last order that I put in, not from this sale, but the more recent orders, I think I got it in about 2 weeks. And so that's a big improvement from what it used to be. Yeah, I would highly recommend you checking out Scrapbooking Made Simple. And I don't know if she still has these dies available. They probably won't be at the price that I got them for. A lot of times dies that are 3 inches or bigger are $100 or more, and there was no way I could have afforded that. And when I saw this on one of her big sales, I had to jump on it, because I thought, well, you know, it's really an investment for me, because as a small Etsy seller, I really can't afford to pay $100 for a die set, not knowing how quickly the die cuts from it are going to sell. But for what I paid, I think I paid around $30. That will probably pay for itself fairly quickly. And so, you know, now that I'm able to meet the demand for these larger letters, I'm hoping that, you know, I'll be able to see the profits from it, you know, fairly soon. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and please subscribe, leave a comment. If you'd like to share this video, I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you soon. Thanks.